Hey guys, Mr. Fabio here. I hope everybody is staying safe and enjoying their time with their families. I'm really sad to not be with you, and I'm going to try my hardest to help you with this project as much as possible, starting with this video. I'm going to show you today what is due on Monday, March 23rd and Tuesday, March 24th. And literally it is probably the easiest it seems like it's going to be the easiest assignment that I've ever given, but I want you guys to take your time, really try to dive into the research and really think and reflect about how you want to do this project. I want you to find the topic interesting. I want you to pick a topic that you think is interesting and a question that you're dying to answer. So the assignment for this first part of the project is just to find a really interesting, complex research question. Your research question is your choice, and it has to be about anything having to do with slavery. That could be American slavery, chattel slavery. That can be the Atlantic slave trade. That could be the end of slavery, abolitionists who fought to end slavery. It could be modern today slavery. And I mean, or you could also do the time period in American history after slavery, which is called Reconstruction, which we've talked about briefly, as well as the Black Codes and the Jim Crow laws. And these are the things, the Jim Crow laws and the Black Codes, which ended in 1964 with the Civil Rights Movement. So we're looking at African American history from slavery to civil rights. Anything from that time period you'd like to study and ask a really deep, complex question. Now, what do I mean by complex? I mean a question that will connect different areas of history, that might have more than one answer, that might be an argument. I'm looking for questions that end in that start in why, how, should, or could. Not what, not did they, not how many. It's why, how, should, or could. Also, the question has to be not too specific, but also not too broad. I'll give you an example in a little bit, but first let me show you where to go. So this is Google Classroom. You can access Google Classroom by obviously typing in Google Classroom here and pressing enter, as well as using your app key and pressing Google Classroom. Once you get to Google Classroom, you're not going to go on the stream. You're going to go to classwork. Once you're in classwork, you're going to press on Final Inquiry, Slavery in African American History, right here. There are 5 different items attached. You are going to be focusing mostly on document called Slavery in African American History Inquiry, as well as Note on Final Inquiry, Slavery in African Americans. To start, I want to open up the instructions, which are Slavery in African American History Inquiry. All of these items, except for number 9, will have to take place within the next 2 weeks. We already completed 1, 2, and 3, 4, and now we're at item 5. So we're going to pick one open-ended question to do our history project on. Below, as you can see here, is your rubric. There's only going to be 2 standards you're going to be graded on. There is one more research standard that I will get to later on in this project. Okay, so these is your instructions. This is where you're going to find all your information step by step. Where you're going to write and be graded is on this document. You, for Monday and Tuesday, only have to fill out this box. Now, it's a very short assignment, as you can probably guess. Don't psych yourself out with it. Don't just think, okay, I'm going to write a fast question down here and I'm going to move on to math, or I'm going to move on to move on to science. I need you to really think about your question. Your question has to begin with, again, why, how, should, or could. Okay? It can't be too narrow, it can't be too broad, and it has to be about the topic. If you're still having problems with finding a research question, there's a link. It's here, but there's also a link that will be embedded in an agenda that we'll be sending out to you guys. So this will also be uploaded onto Google Classroom. And at minute 2, it starts talking about what makes a good research question. So for example, a good research question that I'm going to give you guys, this has nothing to do with your topic, so you can't use it, is how has Thomas Jefferson influenced American society today? This is an okay question. It's not perfect. It starts with how. It's pretty specific. It doesn't just say how did Thomas Jefferson change America. It says did Thomas Jefferson influence American society today, which makes it more specific. It will, once you find some information, it could be debatable. People might say he was great. People might say he was awful. So when we get to writing a claim piece, I will have an arguable claim out of this question. And I find it interesting because it has something to do with today. So that's another reason why this question is a pretty good question. If this is easy for you and you're already done, feel free to move on to your 4 small open-ended questions. This is due on Wednesday and Thursday. This is graded. This question is graded out of 5 points, and these questions are graded out of 10 points. It's going to be tackling just one standard, writing questions, to gain deeper information or deeper meaning. In these questions here, again, they have to start with how, why, could, or should. No how many, not, not how many, not, nothing you can just answer, or what year, nothing like that. So these need to be how, why, could, or should, okay? So you need these research questions done by, again, Thursday. Also, this document needs to be shared with me, and your final question of your choice is going to be uploaded onto the stream here with your classmates. This period has done a really good job. If you're stuck, this website here I found really fast, has some good questions about slavery. Not all of them work because it's slavery in world history, but this is slavery in the United States history. This is slavery today. So use this for inspiration. Don't try to copy it, but use it for inspiration. So again, I will be at my computer starting Monday from 8 to 2. You guys can contact me through Remind. So there will be instructions sent about Remind. You can contact me through Google Hangouts as well as email. I literally will be doing nothing else but sitting in my living room waiting for you guys to ask for help. So please use me as a tool as much as you need. Other than that, when it comes to the questions, if you're stumped, use the tools that I've listed, the video, the website, and ask your parents. Dive into your own interests. Ask them what they always wondered about slavery and see what you could come up with as a team. With that being said, I'm signing off. I'll hit you up with a new video very soon.